All right, what we have here is stratified seed from Sue's Ginseng. This here's a 2-ounce package, and this here's a 1 pound package. And one thing, stratifying the seed, for you folks that don't know what stratification is, it's basically burying the seed in sand and keeping it under a certain temperature below freezing for 1 full winter. And then the next year you get it out, dig it out like in the fall of the year, and you can plant it in the woods or in the cultivated fields or wherever. This specific bag seems to have a little bit that's growing already, so obviously we know that's a good seed. And to know that it's stratified, the seeds will be cracked and opening up like they're ready to sprout. The stratification process takes place in a cooling system so we can keep a steady control of the temperature, so we're not too cold, we're not in the spring, it don't warm up too much, because if it gets too warm, then the seeds could start sprouting and growing in the seed cage, and we've had that happen when we did it outside. So we started doing it indoors so we can keep a managed temperature of the product, and that way then we can ensure the highest quality seeds possible. When it comes out of the stratification process, before we're ready to ship, we send it through at least 1, if not 2, it's called floating seeds. So basically, if the seeds are heavy and they're good, viable seeds, they'll sink to the bottom. The floaters will all float to the top. We scrape those off, and those are not sold to anybody, as we only want to ship out good quality products, so we know we're giving you good seed to plant, and so which ensures the best crop possible. We ship these 2-day air or ground. This way, it's not sitting on a truck, getting hot and sweaty in a truck, and all of a sudden it'll start sprouting on you in a truck somewhere over the weekend. So we try to make sure that we ship it out on Mondays and Tuesdays so it'll get there before the weekend. And we always ship a 2nd-day ground. Most places, if it's farther out, we'll go 2nd-day air. This way, you guys can get them as quick as you need them and get them in the ground so they can start growing. All right, well, here we are. We got our pound of ginseng, Wisconsin stratified ginseng seed here. We're going to show you how to pick out an area, prep an area, and plant the seeds. So we'll start out, we got to remove all the leaves, everything off this area. So we got 2 methods. You can either take a rake, which if you're out in the woods, it's probably easier just to take the rake and scrape the area off. Or if you got a closer area, we can use a leaf blower, but we'll do it the old rake method this time. So kind of clean all the debris out of the way. Typically, like, we got a pound of seeds, so we're gonna probably step off about a 10 by 10 area. So I usually just take about 3.5 steps. And then same thing. And we got about a 10 by 10 area here then that we can plant our ginseng in. Once we get the leaves removed here, we'll take the rakes and we'll just kind of scuff up the ground real good to get the soil loosened on top so the seeds got somewhere to sit. So you don't get that seed into the ground good enough, it's not, probably won't root and won't do real well. So now that we kind of got our area prepped here, we'll take our ginseng seed, and I just do it the sprinkle method, just kind of broadcast it out, get it laid out on the ground. And the one thing you got to watch for is, you see we're on a nice north slope, the shadows are going down to the north, so that's a good shade situation for your ginseng. And so we're getting the seed scattered here. You don't want it too thick, but you want it thick enough that it's gonna, because you always have that chance of the critters and Mother Nature just saying that it doesn't want to grow. So you don't want it too thin, so you end up with a big open area, but you want it thick enough that they don't crowd each other out and start killing each other off. While I'm sprinkling this out, the other guy here, he can start going, and he's just going to walk on top of it to kind of help pack it into the ground a little bit, just to make sure it's sealed in, good contact with the soil. And then once we get it all packed in, and then we'll take and we'll rake the leaf debris back on top just to kind of give it a cover for the winter. And then hopefully if everything works right, it'll be growing next spring. There, now we'll take our leaves and stuff that we raked off, and we'll rake them kind of back over the spot. Kind of cover up the seeds and protect them for winter. And obviously there's more leaves coming down yet, so if you don't get them perfect, the rest of the leaves that fall will help protect them. If you got a spot that's really kind of windy and stuff, some people will even take like a snow fence or some type of fencing and just lay it over the top of the area to help hold the leaves and everything, and kind of helps keep the turkeys and other critters out of it for the winter. Then next spring they come in and they'll pull it off so the plants can grow and hopefully end up with a good crop out of it.